Hold on, what? That's news to me. Why are we shocked that he has writers?
Why are you mad at Lauryn Hill for uplifting women through her struggle? Like,
but I feel like this could also relate to Will and Jada's situation.
Of course, August Alsina's gonna go for Jada once he gets the freaking green light. You know who Jada is alone?
I can imagine bringing home my best friend and my parents cracking that. That is...
Because, I made this platform to give light to people that, don't necessarily have enough of it.
Hello, thank you. I'm glad that you're here with us again for episode 5. I'm T-Wise, and I'm just going to be your launch host to introduce the actual pod for today. So introducing you to Words from a Fan, affectionately known as WFAF Radio. Got an album you don't like? Got an artist you feel has been giving you mid? Do you stan someone? Well, we do too. And on this platform, we are going to talk about all of it. Music, the world, and each other. But mainly music. Words from a Fan is the place we, the Potters, go to address all the music, as well as the top news of the week, and discuss freely. Someone will stand on a ledge, someone will die on a hill, someone will put their foot in their mouth. And with any luck, all 3 of those are going to be the same person. Words from a Fan, only on Launch Global, every Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Distribution channels will be on The Tunnel on launch.tv. So I'm going to introduce our host real quick. So we have Blake Winters.
Hi.
Seeley.
Seeley, don't make that face. Hold on, wait. Before we go any further with the introduction.
why you say hi like that?
Listen, it's a special episode for me today because we got the guy here. It's Big Bro is in the building today. You gotta understand, this is monumental. Hold on, I gotta get the sound effects right. I need my sound effects right. This nigga, I need y'all to make mad noise for my guy, Big Bro. Welcome home, Dutch. Welcome home, Dutch.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
That's he's gonna be part of the hosting as far as this show is concerned moving forward. So y'all get used to seeing that face right there, because you should get used to seeing that face right there. Imperial just tapped in. Imperial, how you doing? Unmute yourself, please, and thank you, and please. Yeah.
Hello, Imperial. Good to see you.
Hey, sorry about that, guys.
No worries. It's good to have you on. I'm going to quickly just talk about the topics that's going to be covered. And you guys take it to be covered. And so the topics for today will be about Norb suing URL, TMZ being sued, Bow Wow versus AutoLeak, Netflix cuties, oh gosh, Nick Cannon versus Eminem. We still doing that? That's a thing? Eminem
it just re-popped back up apparently.
Yeah, recent interview with Nick Cannon.
Eminem house invaded. J. Cole NBA footage. All right. And Joe versus CTG, the smear campaign. So that's just the brief topics, and I'm gonna let the pod take it from here.
All right. Before we get into any of that, new music roundup. What have y'all been listening to? What have y'all been vibing with? Have y'all been vibing with anything out of the ordinary, anything like that? I know Conway album was heat. I know I went back and listened to Jaden Smith album. That shit is low-key fire. Seeley, don't make that face, bro. I listen to eclectic music, my nigga. Don't do that.
Look what you
Don't do that.
what you revisiting?
Yo, listen, not
Early.
everybody got a Shay Davis, my gun go blam Serato like you, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
You
You
keep
be
saying
listening
Shay
to
Davis.
sounds like they hit singles. I
Pat
don't know what to, not everybody got that, bro. Not everybody got
Pat
those.
Poops.
Huh?
Chicks used to get in the car. I'd be like, yo, you ever heard Alphabetical Slaughter?
You was the nigga with the Papoose set at the party. at the 7-year-old birthday
Law
party.
library?
I give
them all 5 law libraries.
Yo, Dutch, unmute yourself, bro. You still muted, bro. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, nah. All right, so let's get started then. Norbs is suing the URL.
Yeah, he is.
I think he reached
suing the URL. 18 charges, 400,000 a charge. No, 500,000 a charge. 18 charges he wants. Oh my God.
40. I already wanted 40 million.
Yeah, no, 40 million, 500,000 a charge, 18 charges. A damn dog just ran in here.
He asked for too much money for one.
Think so?
And I don't think he got an argument. I really don't. I'm quite sure he got paid for his services. I'm quite sure they ain't hold no money back from him.
Quite sure there's a contract, but it's certainly like a conduct detrimental to
first of all, it was a verbal agreement. It was never anything written. There was never any type of paperwork between Norbs and Chico and Beasley and Smack and all these niggas. That's the first thing that needs to be counted. Yeah. So you got a verbal agreement, and now you're trying to sue like that. First, it is legally binding, but if you don't have no type of paperwork that substantiate that, then I can't honestly see him winning it. Even though I think he has grounds. Personally.
Might get something. He's not getting no.
I think he has grounds. Yeah, I don't see. He's not catching 7 figures. He's not catching 7 figures. He might catch like 6 or 5. Yo, son, all right, you gotta go downstairs. Y'all talk real quick. I gotta move this nigga because he's wild. This nigga is wild. Y'all wild. Y'all run an audible real quick. You gotta go. You can't be here.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I don't think he got it.
But
so I was just trying to figure out what the exact charges were, because I was reading something where he's detailing what happened with the attack with whatchamacallit, New Jersey Twerk. So I mean, I'm trying to figure out.
Oh yeah, he put mad people names in that paper.
That's what I mean. It was kind of filthy, and I don't know what it had to do fully with. Maybe he's saying why. I don't know.
80-page deposition, named 28 at least battle rappers. Reaper name all in the footage, all in the paperwork. Fucking Steam's name, Twerk name,
Nitty name,
Nitty. All these people names is all over that paperwork.
Quick update from your chip. So MR says, "Nah, I'm pretty sure that he has paperwork." And
how is he pretty sure that this man has paperwork?
I don't know. and Willie Jason says the Pap set fire chill.
The Pap set is not fire, Willie. You gotta relax. The Pap set is not fire. Niggas. I'm not rushing to the party when I hear that new Alphabetical Slaughter in the mix. You wilding out.
He's going from Z to A this time.
Oh yeah, he's going from Z to A this time.
Bad.
He started every verse with a number. Dutch awfully quiet in the background.
I was just talking.
He was just holding it down.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think he might have paperwork. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't think he entitled.
His whole shit verbal. Shout out to Mac Melon, the Talk to Source program. Reaper just did a nice little 15 minutes exposing how that shit was only verbal to begin with on Norbs in the behalf. Damn dog. He's not gonna get much from that in the terms of you would have to prove that they said the things they said because it's verbal. Because it's verbal. If you can't prove that they said these words out their mouth, because you know they're gonna say they didn't say it. That's the
and then
beauty of a
even
verbal
if
contract.
you can prove, you got to prove that your worth was to that.
Oh, my son Celia Decepticon today.
Well, while that's happening, Emar did give a
even if, I mean, huh?
I said Emar gave a rebuttal. He said he's taking him to court and asking for 40 mil. He better have paperwork. What do you think?
He
A
better,
smart
he,
person
he
would
better have, he better
then-
have some kind of proof or something of what he talking
But
about.
then how? But then for you to have paperwork would also mean two things: A, the people you're suing have copies of the same paperwork, and B, let's say they didn't have paperwork and he was the only person with paperwork in the situation. How does he get it and they don't? If there's paperwork that he has that they don't have,
if it's notarized,
they have to sign off on it.
Paperwork like that got to be notarized, bro. Bro, paperwork like that got to be notarized. They'll
got to be notarized, and all parties involved will need to have a copy of it. So how are they?
Once it's notarized, it's understood that both parties were involved in the notarization. That's what a notary is for, to officialize documents like that. I don't know if officialize is a word, but
I think
to validate documents like that, if you will.
His paperwork can't be that good, Dollars. His paperwork can't be that good if you're talking.
I don't think he has paperwork, but if he did, it would be notarized.
I don't think he has paperwork of that sense. What I think he has maybe is expenditure trails.
He definitely about to get the IRS involved.
And shit.
He's about to get the IRS involved. One of the points in that 80-page paperwork said how much money he believes because he brought most of the talent to URL, how much money that talent's made the company since they've been brought to.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no books, there's no taxes, and he didn't get a W-2 or 1099 upon being removed from the company. So now the IRS is going to get called into this. Yes. That would be how he wins. If anything, that would be where, like, that's going to be his saving grace.
He won't win because the IRS looking into it won't have nothing to do with his suit. He still doesn't have a basis for 40 mil from him. He would just make it hard for them. I mean, make the IRS look at them, but it don't help him. And then if you tie up their money in the IRS and you win, they can't pay you. So that don't help him at all.
I think it depends on what's his goal. What is the goal? Like,
I think his goal is just to be petty. Because I mean, 42 million for SmackDown. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations where you set it high and hope it lands.
Yeah, try and hope to land in the middle.
Shoot for the stars, and if you fall, you land on the cloud.
Right. Shit. Nah, he's trying to get a settlement. He doesn't want to bring this to court at all. But how I see it is like he's trying to leverage. He's trying to leverage the situation that happened to make him look like the victim, and he's also kind of pocket watching with the caffeine because that's 113 million, but that's their budget to invest in the URL, not URL.
That's not caffeine. That's not even their budget to invest into URL. That's their budget to invest in the caffeine.
But that's how you hook stupid people because they saw 130. Well, yo, Smack got 100 and something million. Oh, an idiot. Right.
And
then he felt like I owed back half of that.
And to be fair, because I understand how the stupid nigga could get there. To be fair, caffeine is the reason any of us know about the caffeine. URL is the reason any of us know about the caffeine app to begin with. So when you hear some shit like caffeine got 113 million, it only stands to reason like the stupid nigga is gonna equate caffeine's 113 into URL.
Into you.
Like that's
because
URL.
That's how they know it, right?
Because that where else is that money? What reason do you have to get this 113 if you take the URL out of caffeine? We're obviously the driving force here. We're obviously the content that brought people here to a point where people felt like they could invest 113 into caffeine. If we're the reason you're getting that investment, the stupid niggas should be able to equate, oh, this is Smack's money. That makes sense. That just makes sense. But
it don't make sense.
That don't make sense when you actually know business.
Because the money's not the money's not for it's for the company. Your hook is what you use to bring the investments in, but that doesn't mean that you use those investments to build other facets of your company as you wanted to. It doesn't mean you give that all to your hook. That would be That wouldn't make any sense. You get a hook, you get investors so that you can build your company into what you want it to look like. So to think that Smack gets that money would be somebody ignorant of business.
I have one word, like money laundering. What I see, and I think that what Norbs has is, I don't believe that URL is completely clean on how they did business. I just don't believe so. And I do believe that Norbs if Norbs was not somebody who connected them to double their money in a way that wasn't legit on the books, Norbs knows. And I feel like Norbs is like, yo, just settle out and give me my money, or I can make this very uncomfortable.
Well, I mean,
Which is nasty. Fuck Norbs for that, because that's nasty.
That's super nasty. But to the
you know what you did, like, you know the nasty shit that Norbs used to do. Norbs know how he moved, and you know why karma treating him the way that it is. And for him to be mad at people for finally getting tired of your bullshit to the point where you ready to bring down the whole company that made you, that let you eat, and it's the reason you'll continue to eat. Like, you're known because of URL, whether your relationship soured or not. So to try to bring down that company that fed your family and gave you a name, when you would have just been a corny nigga from the Bronx, wherever the fuck you from. That's nasty. I know it's been a nasty nigga. I said that before when this whole shit happens. He's just a nasty person. He's personally done things to friends of mine with that PG shit. Like, fuck Norbs. He's just slime balls. Man. It's a nasty shit.
It's not like it's common knowledge that, you know, they've been doing, like, when you say there's money laundering, smacking them not completely clean. Yeah, they're not completely clean. There's mad blogs, mad instances, mad, like, public record accounts that you could pull up of people saying, yo, these niggas do bad business. These niggas did bad business with me. Norbs did bad. I can't tell you the amount of times Norbs was paid to host events and then sat outside and ate chicken wings the whole event. I can't tell you how many times that's happened. Norbs has hosted 3 events that I've rapped at and ain't watched a single battle at any 3 of the events. Norbs was...
you was on that same card, too. I remember that.
Dutch.
I promise, if I pay Norbs to do that shit, you'll get dragged out the car and into the venue.
I don't even got to say nothing else. Dutch, movie 2. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Rebellion. You remember that?
Yeah.
Fight back
we
card.
We was both on that card. We was all on that same card.
You know what I mean? Like,
he was there when I battled Reaper Rel. He only stayed for like a round and a half and left. I don't know where he went after that. I've been in the game for probably about 10 years, probably going on 11 years. He probably been around most of that time, and he's been the same person from the beginning. I knew him as being math manager. That's how he got introduced.
They got on, he was
math manager. Yeah. And from there, it's just when he got introduced to URL and all that, it's like it's just been the same slime ball shit from day one. I ain't peep no different from that man.
Insecure slime ball. That's all he is. He
Yeah.
uses position to try to fuck niggas, bitches and shit. Like, that's your man's, but you know, twerk pop. And Norbs will never be twerk, so he try to fuck his bitches shit because he's like, come on, son. Norbs is a fucking slime. Fuck that.
Also, while we on the subject of lawsuits, TMZ being sued by like 30 of its former employees for racial discrimination, among other things. Which, if you surprised that TMZ was racist,
don't be.
Honestly,
Fuck.
The main face of TMZ is a lawyer. They fired Van for going back and forth with Kanye.
Good luck with that shit.
Going back? Wait, they fired him for going back?
They
fired someone from TMZ for creating content the way that they know how to create content.
And he's going on to get a lot of money in like content creation. Like, I think his podcast got picked up and whatnot. I forget.
His podcast, he's with Ben Simmons. We're not gonna get into that. but we know, if you know, you know. He's with Ben Simmons and all that. Yeah.
Or Ben's voice.
Yep. And all of that, like, I really hope them people, like, I hope their paperwork is airtight. I hope it's more put together than the shit Norbs got.
Listen. If I apply the Ku Klux Klan, I expect to hear a nigga or two. So I don't know what they mad at. The fuck you thought was gonna happen over there?
That's a fact.
This is why I love
agree
him,
with
and this is why I
that.
hate him, but this is why I love him because
I'm gonna do when I
What
get.
do you
Hey, come
think
on,
you gonna
that
take
I mean,
from the
walking
KKK,
into the
like-
Grand Wizard shit like, whoa, language. Like, come on, son.
TMZ is the same place that let Kanye West go off and say things that they knew damn well shouldn't.
boom,
Shit.
they sensationalized the slavery was a choice headline. They
Yeah.
took those 5 words.
You
That's
didn't cut that off
That's the
at
same
the
shit
mic.
that got Van fired. That whole back and forth.
TMZ been eating off of embarrassed black people for years.
Not even black people, but people. Misery. Eating off misery.
But
Oh no,
they sprinkle in some other people, but it's almost predominantly urban culture that they keep their foot on the neck of.
So can I ask you a question? What do you guys think about things like the Shade Room, which I believe a black person runs? What do you guys?
I hope a black person runs.
Right, because you never know.
If I found out that a white, that would make the Shade Room racist. At this point, I'm operating under the belief that the Shade Room is black owned, so I like the Shade Room. But yeah, the Shade Room would immediately become racist if it was by white folk.
Yeah,
it's a whole different tone.
Yeah. All of that.
Like if I found out media takeout, I don't know who owns media takeout. If I found out, okay, I don't like this.
That's black exploitation all over again.
Oh, that's what Jerry
Nigerian
Springer and half these TV show hosts been doing
Nigerian
for
runs the Shade
straight
Room.
centuries, bro.
Yeah,
This is nothing new.
If you want to be honest, black exploitation is American culture. It's where you get your most money. I mean, in any avenue. You feel me? I just saw a clip of a Jewish landlord or whatever in Brooklyn doing the woo walk or whatever, and now he's cool. You feel me?
They was doing that shit in Britain.
So now his business interest in that area will probably go up just because he did the woo walk one time on video.
Mm-hmm.
He's the cool landlord over there. Now he's the hip hop landlord because there's just black exploitation is a fucking $1 trillion business.
What's that? There's that white girl who does the TikTok videos and she's dancing in front of Marcy projects and shit.
The presidential candidate made a point of commenting on Brandy and Monica's verses. He don't know.
Yeah. Him and Kamala. Both of them.
I mean, I give Kamala. She's probably heard a Brandy song. I won't say she's well versed, but I'll give her. She's probably. I don't think Joe Biden has heard a Brandy or Monica song, but he just had to drop that American flag in there because black exploitation is the name of the game.
It's the same thing with Hillary with like, I got hot sauce in my purse.
That nasty ass hot sauce comment. Fuck Hillary.
Why?
That's fact.
That bitch went on there and said, yo, you know how nasty it is to go sit in front of 3 black people and say, yo, I keeps hot sauce. I might have swung on Hillary. She said that shit to me. Son. That's racist as fuck. When you
real shit though.
That's racist as fuck,
Real shit
bro.
though. How you
know
gonna, like,
keep no hot sauce in your purse. She'd have to open her purse.
Patronize me in the same breath.
She'd have to open her purse. She'd have to show me. I need to see hot sauce.
Bro, you know it's gonna be worse when she pulls out the Taco Bell mild, bro.
Like,
we're just gonna be sitting here.
Come on, son. That's like saying, yo, I keep some watermelon on me. Like, that's racist as fuck, bro. I never let people laugh at that shit, bro. That shit was offensive as fuck. She thought she'd get the black vote. Yo, tell them you got hot sauce. Like, that's what we are? The fuck are you talking
about? Nah, that's real shit. That's real shit. It's disgusting. Because at that point, like I said, you trying to say,
they gonna fuck
it's terrible.
I got hot sauce in my purse, bitch.
Yeah, you trying to. Hey, you know what's crazy? Now that I sit here and think about it, that's a Beyonce quote. So you super trying to pander and patronize. I got hot sauce in my bag, swag. That's a Beyonce quote.
She don't even know that. She just know hot sauce is a black trope.
Nah, that's definitely nah. There's no way. There's no way Hillary Clinton does not know a Beyonce quote. I refuse to believe Hillary Clinton don't know Beyonce lyrics. Maybe not.
I don't know no damn Beyonce. What you saying?
God.
She was trying to appease to women and black people at the same time.
You're a 100-year-old racist Like, come on, tell her we don't know no goddamn. You see what she did to Haiti? She don't know no Beyonce lyrics.
She did to Haiti. You know what? Moving on, Charlemagne the God is nasty. Charlemagne the God is fucking nasty. If Joe is right, and Charlotte's behind that whole smear campaign shit, this whole I Heart versus Joe shit.
Well, first explain the situation for those who don't.
So for those who don't know what I'm referring to, it's common knowledge at this point. I'd like to believe that Joe Budden turned down the Spotify deal, so he's not re-signing to them. Since he's turned it down, and since the last, I want to say 5 episodes where he's, I guess you could say, aired out some dirty laundry and some unjust business practices, some unclean business practices between how Spotify was managing his pod and how other people were valuing his pod in relation to how they did it, and airing a bunch of iHeart shit and Viacom shit out. There's been a big smear campaign going on against Joe, where now Tahiri pops up talking about how Joe abused her out of nowhere, even though she's already on record saying that other niggas did it and Joe had nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
Sin popped up talking about
the story. She turned the story where niggas beat her up because they was looking for Joe, which, I mean, is it right? Into, like, she took identifiers out of it and said it was because of Joe, but made it seem like when somebody that don't know listens to it, they'll take it like he did it. I mean, and that was fucked up. That's nasty.
Yeah, that's definitely nasty work.
And since all of that stuff, and since Joe's opened his mouth and aired out all of this dirty laundry from these suits, these corporations, what's been happening now is, like I said, all his dirty laundry been getting aired out. We got Tahiri with the abuse. We got Sin talking about his bestiality shit. And it's starting to look like, at least from the way Joe broke it down on the most recent episode of his pod, not counting today's, so I guess Saturday's episode, it's starting to look like Charlemagne is behind that. And if he's right, Charlemagne is nasty. That is fucking filthy.
What does Charlemagne get out of this, though? Because his biggest headlines are their class.
He views, if I view you as competition and you're my only competition in this space, I'm going to do everything I need to do to devalue my competition, or at least in an attempt to devalue my competition.
Charlemagne is the person who made a replica of his butt and gave it to AK worker.
Yeah. Don't give me no silicone molder. Nah, bro. You gotta
It's certain jokes that tell you about the person.
You gotta see some shoulders, bro.
I won't doubt that he 100% meant it as a joke. It's just a weird joke.
Nah.
Well, no, hold on. Where your mind gotta be.
Let's take some comments from our viewers real quick, and then continue. Hold on, let me just take some comments real quick. Okay, so boom. So Isaac says Nigerians run it, not black people. That's towards
the shade room.
Are Nigerians not black people?
Nigerians are definitely black, but okay.
Well, I think they mean not African Americans, but people, like, I guess that's where they were going with it.
That's not what we meant.
That's an interesting conversation. I want to have that conversation next
melanated people own it. I was assuming melanated people own it, and it seems that was confirmed. I hate splitting here. Black. Oh, they're not black.
They didn't look like Imperial, bro. Just
if you get beat by the cops, I bring you in. If you get beat by, like, if you more like predisposed to cop whoopings, then I'm gonna fucks with you. That's why Puerto Ricans could say nigga.
Ah! Christ. Okay. That hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. Okay. Fury says that would definitely make the shade room racist. Jerry and Maury been exploiting broken homes for years.
Which is true, and they're still doing it. They're still doing it. To this day, they're doing it.
But that's because black people accept it. When you think about it, that's the wild racist. Facts, like, I got Kool-Aid in the Poland Spring. Oh, okay. So
like dead ass, son. Dead ass, bro. That shit
wait.
pissed me off. Niggas was laughing, bro. That shit was so nasty. To sit in front of those millionaires, like, come on, them people, those are prestigious black people, like they use words every day. Like, and you sat in front of them and the most you could give them and they audience. Millions of people all over, money demographics in many cities and whatnot. You told them you had hot sauce. Man, dog.
Yeah, facts.
I put my hands on Hillary.
That was really good quote, and that's highly uncomfortable. Let's
Can
see.
I just jump ahead in the comments real quick? Because I see one that I want to address.
Let her live. Nigga, damn. You got anything?
I'm sorry, but I just read some shit that I have to address this. I have to address this.
The first one is 2020, and you're not the Fresh Prince. So you hat around and take it.
No, don't tell me what to do with my garments, nigga. Where you
I'm just saying, don't say garments to me.
Put your tooth on. Before every podcast, put your tooth on. Before every podcast, put your tooth on.
I've been outside. Don't say garments to me.
Put your tooth on before episode 6. That's all I want.
Y'all don't
watching Imperial.
Nah, bro, I'm trying.
Hey, can we add your Slapbox video to the topics? Cause I really, man.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Okay, so what is the question you wanted to address?
Fury said his boy worked at Power 105 and everybody there thought it was gay when Charlamagne gave out the ass molds. So did they think what Envy did when he got the ass mold was just as gay as getting the ass mold? Because
what did he do?
If I say it, I'm gay. It was bad. Just know
I heard I'm gay. What happened?
No, I said I know. Listen, this nigga
is a context.
What you doing for views, bro?
No.
We gonna get this though. You know what I mean? We gonna get this the organic route. We're not doing that.
Here's what happened. Fury said in the comments, his boy worked at Power 105.1, and when Charlamagne gave out the molds of his ass, everyone at the office in 105 thought it was gay. I said, did they think it was gay when Envy did what he did with the mold right after he was gifted it? I can't say what he did because that's AO of me to say. Just long story short, the nigga was wilding. Long story short, the nigga was wilding. I can't say what he did because I'm not gonna put.
What happened? Did he lick it? Did he put like what?
Nah.
Is that bad?
Yo, I can't even act it out. It's bad no matter what.
All right, so we're just gonna say whatever he did with it was wild and
that's an off-air pod. That's what that is.
It was unsavory, bro.
That's off-air. I'm not talking about that shit on air.
After the ass came out.
I'm not talking about that shit on air.
Nobody's gonna tell you. You can't watch it because I don't know. I didn't know that.
No, I don't. Listen, don't ask.
When the ass came on screen, I was like, oh, this isn't for me.
Yo, I hate this nigga so much. See, because you be hanging out with you be talking the truth of them niggas. You be searching for the AO.
This is what I'm saying. So you can't watch it. You're like, oh,
I did not.
A mold of an ass. Give me more content, please. Nah, you wild nigga. But now, do you think what happened after? Keep going.
Oh, and hold on. I just gotta put a piece there. We do not mind if you are gay. LGBTQ is welcomed. This is not
absolutely
on anything like that.
No,
listen, bro. Hey, look, if you're a Peter puffer, then puff all the Peter you can. Yeah, man. I hope you get all the Peter you want. Yeah, man.
We are.
Huh?
We just don't want Blake misrepresenting himself, so he made sure.
That's hey, Imperial, I swear to God,
all the beef you want. Just what I'm saying is, if men can word it.
Imperial, I swear to you. That's word to me. That's word to me. I know how to fight. This nigga wild.
Man, so can we talk about slap my video?
No misrepresentation.
And I got proof that you don't.
No, you don't. I can slap box really effectively though.
I don't know.
Nah, my form was fire. I don't know.
He keeps the high guard, yo. He's a counter puncher,
the guard was up by his forehead.
Blake was protecting the top of his
okay, I don't know. Are you top heavy?
You gotta lead a space. You gotta bait the. You gotta bait.
That's not that. Now hold on. Don't you lie. That's not how your hands was.
That's exactly how my hands. Every time I'm slap boxing, this is how my hands is.
Every time I'm slap boxing,
this is how my hands is.
You was protecting your forehead and your hairline.
Are we gonna get to see Celie and Blake slap box? Like, is that gonna get to happen?
You're not ready.
Yo, nah, we need that on location.
Nah, I'll Celie get winded quick. That nigga.
I really don't know.
Like, I need a cigarette.
I really don't know.
Celie get slapped twice, need a black and mild and a 40
I've been jogging every morning. I put this big bear paw on you.
I love that.
Celie gonna get jabbed twice and need a 40 Glock and a black and mild because he's not gonna want to play that game over. He's not gonna want to play that game over. He just gonna start shooting shit. Next
Bruh,
nigga slap
I see your hands said, all of a sudden, just bring your gun.
Just bring it. Take 10 paces and spin.
Yeah, that's the end. Bring your gun.
Joe Budden. Well, basically just a smear campaign. So
yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty. They don't want the same things out of their field. That field being media. Joe wants fair pay and creative control for all Black creatives. Charlamagne,
he stated that.
Work with the label, that you can work with the suits.
Dutch, what do you feel about this subject? Because we didn't get to hear much from you. What do you feel about this subject?
Yeah, no, like Blake was just saying, he stated that he just wants control for all the Black businesses and podcasts. It's like, he made that clear. He actually bigged Charlamagne up. Like, he wasn't even degrading him at all. He was actually bigging him up and telling him that his voice is big and he needs to make it to where he's getting his own revenue from his services. He's a slave. He's basically telling him. But, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm on Joe's side with this, and Joe can be weird sometimes, man. But I feel like he's right on this one, man.
Joe, my favorite rapper. So I'm with Joe. Yo, what Joe should have did, son, was admit that he might have battered a young lady or two, because at this point it's almost like common knowledge that, because he keep trying to rationalize it, like he said, like with Esther Baxter, yeah, man, she smashed his laptop. I mean, he was just holding her down and whatnot. But at some point, you might have smacked the young lady or two, say that you've grown, and they won't be able to use your truth against you. The same shit that Charlamagne keep telling
even
people.
A bear hug is assault.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. Own your shit. Because at this point, like, they can't all be lying, but the reason that the ones that are lying can use your shit against you because you haven't owned. If you own the ones that you did, then it'll be easier to discern who's lying. But at this point, I mean, come on, you've clearly smacked a chick or two. You feel me? Let them know that that's not you anymore. You mean you protect Black women, own your growth, and you'll be better off, because the same shit Charlamagne keeps saying, live your truth so people can't use it against you, is what he's using against Joe Budden if he is the person that's doing this. Because you using his history of domestic violence accusations against him, and you getting people, and it might be a lie now, but if he owned what he did, even if it wasn't 100% how he feel domestic, but you just told the story without any twisty words or nothing, just owned every part of it, your part of it, introspection, then nobody will be able to use that against you. So that's why I think Joe fucking him, because he's still rationalizing certain things that he should just probably own up to, and then Charlamagne won't be able to do what he may be doing if it is him.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely, he definitely should. If it's issues that may come out later and it can hurt him, he definitely should own up to it before it happens.
Own up to exactly, because you see where the shit going. You see where the shit going. They getting nasty.
They're gonna get filthier and filthier until they could get.
What you gonna do when they bring out somebody with proof? Because now you've denied so much or whatever. Somebody with proof will kind of validate the chicks that's lying if they are lying. You feel me?
Exactly.
If the next one got proof, then we just gonna wrap that up with Tahiri and Sin. I mean, even though Sin never even said it, but the audio or whatever, I ain't even listened to the audio, but apparently the audio gave that perception. So now somebody come out with proof, it'll end up being proof of all of that. You know what I mean? Or taken like way in the public, like in the court of public opinion. So he
But
probably.
the court of public opinion don't even care about the fact that Joe was exonerated on any assault charges he may have faced prior to
Because
all
you
this
go
shit
for the
coming
more
out.
salacious. You go for the more salacious headline. But if somebody's owning their truth, the headline can't be as salacious. Like a headline that say Joe Budden admits to such and such is way less salacious than a headline that says Joe Budden's accused of such and such. I mean, and now if you put that admitted, and then somebody come out with something that's wild, and you say you didn't do that one, you know what I mean?
But okay,
the
but then
newer
in the
accusation.
situation, in the scenario where he owns up to it and admits it, the first thing that's gonna happen is they're gonna sensationalize that. Oh,
Of course,
Joe Budden
but you gotta live through that. It's your truth. These are things that you did.
They're gonna take that shit and drag it to
But that's what I'm saying.
fucking
Listen
Beverly
to me.
Hills.
If he did it, he did it. You feel me? My point is, if you did it, then it's a thing that you've done. And somebody can prove that you've done it, you're gonna get wrapped up in the chicks that's lying. So take the dragging. It won't be like real niggas is gonna fuck with you. You're gonna find real nigga everywhere. So there'll be a real nigga that accepts your growth, that understands growth, that went through real life, not just people typing on the internet, because you still gotta go on these buildings and get your deal. Now you talk to somebody from the perspective of somebody that's grown. Hey, I mean, I made these mistakes, but this is where I'm at. These chicks are lying. Then everything's a lie. You feel me? But pay me, because they don't know what else is coming. But if you break down everything to them, what might come out, then they'll be more. They'll fuck with you more, because you're gonna get dragged either way. You're getting dragged either way on your shit. They can't drag you if you tell them hold my dick. Yeah, what up? Can't nobody drag you if you do that. You tell niggas suck your dick, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? And then you wild out on the niggas line, you can't nobody hold you. But if you just getting dragged indiscriminately for everything, and you know you ain't do some of it, but you still rationalizing the shit you did do around that, you gonna get dragged for all of it anyway.
Nah, that's real. That makes sense. I understand that.
Curry, mute yourself.
Good call.
Yeah, I'm back.
What do you feel on that note? What Desili just said. What do you feel, Imperial?
No, I was just gonna say it takes the power away from it when it's marketing 101. If you address it first, you take all the emotional first reactions from it. And when a headline's getting that's when it goes against you. When you can spin your own narrative, when you can keep it real, then people are going to respect you because of that, and either not like you or like you because you spoke your truth. If you just hide from it, people are going to not like you for doing it or for thinking you're doing it. And if you're guilty, it's going to be even worse for you. So, you got to cut your losses and just.
And you take the witch hunt out of it. You take the mob mentality out of it.
It's so much
because
less
now they
interesting
can't
when you just go, yeah.
Disarmed what they were going to demonize you with.
Go after it. Because what they would have to do is say, yo, now we got to be mad at this nigga for owning his shit. And you're going to get less people that's okay with that. It's just going to be weirdos. Nobody give a fuck about them. You're not going to get anybody that validates the outrage. Because all the real people are taken out of it. He owned this shit. What I'm going to do? Like, right and wrong is perspective based. I mean, so what you gonna do if a nigga own this shit like, yeah, on my dick, you gonna still keep yelling at him? Yeah, your shit muted, Dutch.
You good, Dutch? You had input?
Yeah, no, just basically what I said, man. I agree with y'all though. Everything y'all just said, I don't disagree on nothing y'all just said.
And you know what? Since we here talking about all this Joe shit, and essentially most of the stuff in relation to Joe's smear campaign has been his conduct with relationships and shit. Initially, I wanted to talk about Bow Wow and the domestic violence audio that leaked from him punching Kiyomi Leslie in the stomach or some shit. But and I haven't even listened to that audio yet, so I can't talk about that even if I wanted to. However, Cardi B filed for divorce from Offset.
I thought that happened last night.
Didn't they break up already before?
That was Purple Blanket.
They split for a second.
They broke up for like 24 hours. That was Purple Blanket. because he was smashing some twins like right after they got married.
And now
she
what?
didn't like that shit.
What
And
could
now
be worse
she's
than
talking
that?
about
Cardi, man. Never mind.
Nah, speak. This is why we here. This is why we here. This is why we
Please
here.
speak, yeah.
The fuck she expected? Why she divorcing him? Like he is who you marry. That's why I be like people. They marry the idea of like the fantasy. Like, you married Will Smith, so you married the nigga that put when he got caught cheating, the nigga put balls in my face. Yo, I love this stuff for that. But I mean, what you gonna do? So what she expect is your hood nigga, your hood southern nigga, like out the dirt of Atlanta. Like that's gonna happen. You love her. I'm sure you love her. You looking for love, or if she was looking for like fucking
she over here on songs keeping anything that should have been personal or sexual between them is actually for her on her side broadcasted to the whole world. Like it probably feels to him like, yo, everyone seen my bitch naked. Like for real, like it might even lessen a value of it. You're over here rapping about your pussy constantly, bro. He's over here trying to something low key.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit.
I need something that's not like that, bro.
Don't no real nigga care about that shit. So you seen my bitch titties? Yeah, she got titties. You didn't. It's not like you just found out she had.
That's true, but like it could be weird.
Like,
it could
the
be
nigga
weird
bagged the stripper. Like it's not like he didn't know before. He bagged her. He bagged her after her stripping career.
Yeah,
he wanted it. That's what he went after.
Yeah.
That's like me. Like, come on, son.
Fury in the comments just said he's supposedly about to have a baby by another woman.
That's probably okay. I can see that.
Yeah,
that's
she could
the
take a
straw that
lot of
broke the
stuff.
camel back.
I can see that being a deal breaker because him cheating is no. I mean, it can't be.
Yeah. Nah, because Cardi, the same person that made "Be Careful with Me." If he cheat and she gonna cheat, she has no problem doing that. She from the Bronx.
She might not even cheat, son. Cardi just that type of bitch, man. She just gonna complain. She gonna throw some glass at him. You know what I mean? Might fuck him up. She gonna put some fire pussy on him. He not gonna care. Still gonna go fuck other bitches, but that's home. She just it's just a hood relationship. But now you have a baby that changes things. I don't think Cardi. To be honest with you, Cardi she seemed like a chick. She just gonna blow up, try to fuck this nigga up, and then give him some pussy.
She said in an interview that, like, Offset did he's infidelity and all that type of stuff, but she said, I'm no angel either, and we decided we're gonna work it out. So what I believe,
she might have let P get some pussy.
Spiteful
threw
stuff.
Threw some of takeoff and he took off. That's how you don't see them.
Yeah, I mean, she might let take off.
Take off.
I mean,
was left on back.
She might have let skip it or flipper. Yeah, I mean, but who knows?
But having a baby on her, that's different. Like that.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different. So you're not wearing a condom while you cheating on me. Like there's a different level of disrespect. Like, and my thing is now, who makes the most money in this relationship? Because right?
Yeah, I feel Cardi does. Yeah.
You be having to pay him alimony for him stepping out of the relationship and having a baby on. Like,
now she said she not going for child support and none of that. Yo, Cardi a real nigga. Since she just went out. Yeah. I mean, she don't need the bread. She not petty about it. She just
definitely don't need
Cardi
the
a real
bread.
nigga. I fucks with Cardi. I don't understand why people like how you talking about she show her titties and shit. She got titties. Show them shits. They
nah,
fire.
that's there's
Like,
nothing wrong with that. I'm absolutely fine with that, bro. It's just like a build up of it, how it affects someone's mental, bro.
I want that to be the title for this episode. Show them shits, because that
won't affect the real nigga mental. And Offset seem like a real nigga.
Imperial.
Your chick, listen, your chick showed her titties to somebody. You mean she showed her titties to somebody. Nigga seen her titty. She found a way to monetize that. That's called
OnlyFans.
You got paid for your titties. Come here, boo.
That's why she got OnlyFans.
My ex had an OnlyFans. I was like, yo, I'll subscribe. Show your pussy, son. You got a pussy.
I would never pay for virtual pussy, bro. That would be.
I'm saying, like, yo, get your bread. I support. That's a black-owned business. Ain't worry about this shit, man. Niggas are
OnlyFans taking a nasty commission. Let's be real, bro.
Yeah, but she's still getting paid. Get your bread.
A stripper, Imperial? Like, can you?
Could I? Yeah. I mean, I would mess with one, but I wouldn't date one because
I love the stripper. bitch.
I wouldn't date her. That's it. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I couldn't love
with strippers, man. They go get it.
I love.
Like, I would
Nah, strippers is about they bag.
They go
You want a
get
bitch
it.
who's
That's what
gonna
I'm saying. I
get
could
to
fuck
your
with
bar.
one. They're cool, but I wouldn't be in a
Took a
relationship
stripper to
with
Denny's and fell in love.
I ain't
The
T-Pain,
stripper
bro.
John gonna motivate you to get to your Gus. Gonna make sure you get in
Hell
your bag.
yeah. So she leave the house and come back with mad singles and shit. You in there smoking weed. She gonna get out there and get to the bag like boo. Fuck out of here.
Listen, I was already doing that, whether a woman is getting singular dollar bills or
you know what I
not.
mean? Sometimes you might get complacent and she go shake her titties for a band. I bet.
Might
Go sell
remind
these
you.
drugs.
Nah, I get that. That ain't a stretch, but it wouldn't be a
You-
reason why
well,
I'd
you
want to
got-
be in a relationship with one, though.
You work in an office?
Maybe.
Yeah, I know you work in the office. You got office glasses.
Yo.
You on
Office
break
glasses
right now.
with
That's how I know you got a
office
good
glasses
job
with
because you
the
get like
crooked
2
ear, 'cause one
hours
ear
of
higher
break.
than the other.
Yeah.
One leg's higher than the other. His shit is
Yeah,
like,
son,
But
yeah, you know he
that's-
got a super
This shit been like that.
and he real cool with. Cool,
That
Mark.
shit been like
Mark will let me leave early. What's up? We can go fishing.
we can go fishing.
that.
Yo, how white do you think Imperial is?
Nah.
Hey, if we can do a dab and go fish,
Violated.
and dude, we swim some dabs and then we'll just go get some Alaskan pollock. They're jumping right now.
Why I even put the headphones back on, bro? Oh,
man.
We here at Long Ski
Alaskan pollock is crazy.
that was a haymaker.
Hold on.
That was the Don DeMarco.
Pause. I needed to put a disclaimer. Please. I want to keep the pod. Please. So we here are open about self-expression. Women are allowed to have their
Yes,
self-expression
women do.
with their
That's a
sex.
fact. I'm basically a feminist, and it just sounds rough. But yeah, show your pussy. I don't give a fuck.
Wait, no, please listen to me.
That's not feminism.
That's not feminist.
That's new feminism.
No, that's what I'm saying. Sealy here is a fighter for the women, and he believes that you are allowed to do with your body whatever you want
Whatever
to do.
you please, nigga. It's skin at your neck and skin on your titties. Show the skin.
And Imperial's here to also show the conservative side of thinking. You
The
know,
office side.
No, I agree. Go get your money, but like,
Go get your
that's
money.
just not, if
It's
I have
just
something
not
with a
for
chick,
every-
I want it to be between me and her. That's it.
Which
That's
is-
all with me.
which is fine.
You
It's
are
just
well
not
within
for
your right.
everyone. And we are here to facilitate conversations with different points of views.
We
But-
respect women. We
We
do not
respect
advocate
women.
for any type of domestic
Always.
violence. We do not advocate for any type of bestiality shit. We do not
I
advocate
just
for anything
got
gross.
locked up stopping
We don't
domestic
advocate for
violence.
nothing
You know what I
gross.
mean? I'm a feminist.
Nothing
I'm
gross.
a warrior
We-
for feminism.
We do
Talk,
not
Sealy.
pro,
holes
we
of your
pro-choice, we
butt and
pro-love,
give
pro all of
people-
that shit. We pro everything.
I just beat the Aggie assault protecting women.
Yeah,
Man.
you see. So just wanted to put that in the space.
You got Batman over here.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, man.
Nigga said basically. You don't got the mask in the crib. Shut up.
Wait,
Ladies,
can I
DM me.
Batman mask
Yeah,
out.
man.
can I transition off the Batman John real quick?
Yes, feel free.
As to that
What is your
terrible,
voice?
who's seen
But
that
you know
terrible
him?
video? Who's seen that
What's up,
terrible
dude?
video of 6ix9ine, bro, walking down the street?
Oh, when
And
he
the
called
motherfucker's
the
like, yo, why you snitch, bro? He's like, I took a lot of good people off the street for real. Like, I'm like Batman, you know, I'm like a superhero.
No.
for real.
Fuck, nah, he ain't say that.
Nah, he did
Yes,
say that. Yo,
bro,
that's in
he
the chat,
did.
bro.
Nah, he ain't say
That's in the chat, bro.
That's
that's
serious. I
crazy.
can't be lying. Bro.
Nah,
He said I'm like,
in the
he's
chat,
like, I'm
bro.
like Batman or some shit for real.
Yo, that's crazy, B. Yeah, he's a different level, man.
Nah, that's
That's a
filthy.
different level.
That's filthy.
But hey,
He's a
remember
different level.
last week I said that shit, they're gonna try to humanize him. And that's exactly what they did all fucking week.
That's what they've been trying to do. That's why he did the interview saying, "I'm a
trolling shit stopped
reveal the
working.
facts," and then talked around in a
They're
circle around the facts
bro,
for a
I've been
couple
saying this
hours.
for fucking week. It costs a lot to keep 5-6 cops around you, man. Now they
That costs.
And here's another thing I didn't think of. You know, dead rappers sell a lot, bruh. At some point, that label might switch to the other side. They might cut off all your security, hoping you die. They might facilitate your death. They might tell some of these men where you're gonna be. Because when you die, then your shit is gonna sell. If they're not making your money doing any of this shit, son, you might end up in danger.
Yo, and that's so true. That's so true. And music actually does this, bro. They lean into mental illnesses and to depression.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah,
and I said that
with
shit.
Juice WRLD, Lil Peep, like these are people who are talking about committing suicide in the music, bro. And then
work on somebody's mental health.
They get much better promotion.
Right.
Bad rappers get all the best promotion.
And instead of funding
your streams
mental
jump
health
up
treatment,
900% when you die. Ask XXX about that. Rest in peace to Johnson.
Right.
Hold up, let Imperial get finish his sentence. Continue.
No, I was just saying if you look at the Lil Peep and the Juice WRLD situations where these artists were talking about overdose and drug usage, and that their labels gave them access to these things. The labels push these things. These labels ask them to take pictures and videos of them using these things. And then both these people die from overdoses well below their prime in healthy ages, 19, 20 years old. So like sometimes the branding of artists and what they'll allow them to do to profit off of them, like with the 6ix9ine, like Go Get Hurt. If something happens to you when you're rich.
The boy that died, not Lil Peep.
Lil Peep, yeah, he overdosed.
Yeah, if you brand it
off
as
of drugs, they bought him for him.
They're not going to put a lot of stock into stopping you from doing drugs.
Right. J. Cole's KOD talks a lot about it.
I feel so conflicted about Lil Peep. Honestly,
I bet you do have strong feelings about Lil Peep.
No, for real. Because when he passed, his brother went public saying, "Yo, all that sad boy emo shit was never him. He had to read like that shit was fraudulent. Like he did that shit to get lit. Like he was making emo sad music to get lit. He had no reason to be emo sad.
If you put yourself in a mindset, even if it's not a real, but if you keep yourself in that mindset, sooner or later it's going to affect you. Like when people keep trying to like find sympathy and stuff, like sooner or later, depression gonna hit you. You keep like inviting a sad energy to yourself, you're gonna end up sad.
Yeah, but it's not about it's a sad energy, but like people buy aesthetics sad nowadays.
Shit. You gotta live in those energies. Of course, and like I said, if your aesthetic is a drug user, then your label's not going to be too invested in helping your drug
changing
addiction.
that, right? Yeah, that's what I mean.
Every artist don't make the money off of the song. What they make money off of is tickets and merchandise. So what am I?
360 deals.
What am I? What's the merchandise that I'm selling to people? You always have to think.
T-shirts.
RIP T-shirts and commemorative merch. Like, oh, this is something he put a signature on, and we only got like 50 copies of it. First 50 to go, but then they priced the 50 at like $3,000 copy or some shit like that. Like, you only got 50 XXX signatures, and we gonna put them on.
Or creating swag that looks like lean cups. You see what I'm saying? Like
the Travis Scott McDonald's deal. That Sprite as part of the meal. That's a homage to lean.
Mm-hmm.
Drug culture is becoming mainstream, which is weird. Because McDonald's is $1 trillion corporation, and you're okay with making an allusion to lean, which is kill people.
Mm-hmm. They do that time though with other things that is very sinister. So, when rappers introduce new drugs, let's say that. So what they do is upsell. I can sell you a burger, but what I really want to sell you is the meal. I want you to get the fries, and I want you to get the Coke, and maybe even a pie on the side. I make my money not on the burger, but on the upsell. Rappers, it's not just about the rapper, but how can I upsell you? If I have you in drip, you have your own language now, right? I have you. So now the kids feel like it's an inside crew. You have your own language. Now I'm covering you in items. So you have a
culture too.
Yes, a culture. So you have
a way to act.
Shoes, a way to act. Now I'm selling you a lifestyle. I'm selling you a lifestyle. To be a part of this lifestyle, you must have this amount of money, this amount of stuff, this amount of alcohol or mental whatever. It's selling, it's upselling. It's not just the rapper. It's how much things can I sell off of you? And then also the uptake. So now let's say the culture is when we listen to this music, we're going to roll up whatever we roll up and we're going to drink whatever we drink, right? And lean just happens to go well with certain kinds of sodas. Like that's just what it is. And you have your favorite rapper saying, yeah, you ain't really on it unless you use the 7-Up. Now, boom! All of a sudden, a surge of 7-Up is going on.
Right, like that Blueberry Faygo shit with the whole song that just came on, and
that little Lil Mosey's so terrible.
That song is terrible.
Be knowing who the fuck is Lil Mosey?
All that stuff don't be coincident, and if it is, maybe it's coincidence the first go. But when you start seeing them doing collabs with, this rapper's gonna do a collab with this. Look at it and see really.
The first might be organic. It might just, but yeah, they try to recreate it.
So just always watch.
What you can't be mad at. I mean, that's business. A lot of people get mad at business practices that are normal because they don't understand business. They expect morality on a human level from people that have like
that's
given
so
themselves to
real.
a business mindset.
Nah,
like if somebody gives themselves like
business,
that business that friends and business shouldn't mix is such a flawed concept, because if those are really your friends, then your business should be okay in their hands. Your business should be okay as it relates to them.
See, that's the thing. You talking about business, and I'm a person who went to business school, but the best business is long-term business, right? So what people are seeing now is, what can I do to cut my long term but increase my short term, bro?
That's all people try to do.
6-9 method.
It's like I ain't go to business class. I ain't go to business class, but it's like with people that like drug dealing, like selling weed. Now everybody want the big play. Like back in the day, I bust something down to some nicks. You know what I mean? I'm on fire.
They want to cut down
everything out of it.
Loss and maximize.
Now niggas want 70 for the eighth. They want the big play off the one move. No, I want 100 moves for $5. You'll make more that way.
That's
people
true.
Just want the big, because you can't Snapchat fives.
Yeah, you just want it to be quick type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you want the big bag so you can get to the stunting. And it's lost. People have lost their way in business. I mean, both is a business, even drug dealing. It's a business. So, I mean, people have lost their way. It became more about looking like a businessman and actually conducting business. It become more about looking like a successful businessman than getting to successful business.
Oh, bro, don't get me started on that. This entrepreneur culture, Instagram,
it's
influencers, it's fake.
It's
80% of these people never made a dollar.
A lot of these people don't know what the hell they doing.
If you hustle, you gotta do the same shit, and it's nasty.
On top of that, it's my belief personally that for you to, and I want to use what I'm about to say to move into the next topic. It's my belief personally that you got to be able.
Dutch was saying something.
Nah, yeah, I'm gonna let Dutch get the shit off. Go ahead.
Yeah, the main thing about everything y'all just said is instant gratification. Like people don't even wait. They want it now, immediately. They want to put something into something and the results will come back right now, like overnight. Like it doesn't work like that. No success has ever worked like that.
Nothing.
Exactly.
That's why I said people more worried about looking like success stories than actually putting in the work. It might take you 10 years to be the success story, but if you could front it in these 3 days, I mean, you stunt with your re-up instead of stunting with the profit. If you wait a little bit, you can stunt with the profit, but you stunt with the re-up. Now niggas came and took the re-up.
Now you can't. Now you can't keep going.
And the thing that I wanted to say too in relation to all of this is, like Imperial said, this in this entrepreneur culture, a lot of that shit don't be real, because if y'all knew, it's
influencer culture, like masking itself as entrepreneur culture.
And if you knew what you were looking at, like if you knew what you were looking at, then shit like the Netflix Cuties movie, right? Because this is why. Y'all don't even know this thing called outrage marketing. Like they just started doing this shit.
They did that on purpose. Go ahead.
They want to piss us off. and y'all
They
keep
knew what it
falling
would look
for that
like.
shit.
They knew what it would
want
look
to
like,
get
man.
tight. They'll take a whole like they saying the whole movie is about how people exploit kids into doing shit that make them look more grown than they actually are before it's their time. But then you're gonna take all the insensitive parts, all the shit the controversial shit, you're gonna make that the commercial. So instead of the commercial being the social commentary, now the commercial is a bunch of 13-year-old girls, 11-year-old girls.
Because people been talking about this Cuties movie for the last like 3 months.
Because of outrage marketing.
Yeah, because
So now
it's
you
heightened.
It's striking.
They're gonna weaponize
The video
emotion to get your view.
Even
Piss you
if
off
people
enough, maybe you'll watch it.
The
I
clip.
want to hear her opinion on the movie. Being that she's a female, I want to hear what she got to say about it.
Definitely.
Oh, thank you, Dutch. Okay, so the clip, I haven't seen the full movie yet. I told myself I'm always someone who wants to at least see it for me to fully talk on it. But I did watch the clips and I did watch a little bit. It's uncomfortable. It's very, very uncomfortable, but I understand that's the point of the movie. The movie wants you to feel uncomfortable and they want you to think about the movie tries to be meta. It tries to sell itself like it's a cautionary tale, but it's freaking comfortable. And
that argument though with the cautionary tale, with the we're bringing light to this. That's the worst fraud for 2 reasons, right? Because one, it could have been a documentary about people who are really going through it. If you wanted to say that,
it's grooming. It's grooming. It's social grooming. It's the same grooming that they do with little kids, like to catch a predator shit.
Yes.
But you do it with the social perspective of this taboo subject.
Because I want to continue. I want to keep on this. So thank you, Imperial, for that input. Because my thing is, if you really wanted it to be that way, why would you market it the way you have?
Exactly.
Because you alienated some people.
Yeah,
and they're trying to weaponize emotion.
The cover of the Netflix show looks like the same cover if you were watching the Dance Moms, right? And I've watched Dance Moms, and yes, some of the moments get intense, but it's never felt that. It felt competitive. It felt like if I was watching, behind the scenes of Set It Off, like it didn't make me feel gross. But
let me finish your thought. My bad.
Cuties was designed to make you uncomfortable, and honestly, there's certain moments where it's like, I don't need that. I don't need to see that to get what you're trying to sell me. It looks like you're having a scene like that for a particular kind of audience. There was too many.
What they're doing, they're trying to tap in to an audience that is taboo to the child predator.
under the guise of it being.
Because that's why I was about to say I didn't want to cut her off. But if you were doing this to really help people in this situation or to bring awareness to the situation for people who are of the mindset that could do something for this, you wouldn't make sure your marketing alienates these people, because I'm never going to watch that movie.
And
I'm sure there's people that feel like me, and I'm very staunchly against anything to do with children. I might kill somebody if it got to do with a child. But the way you marketed this movie, if you really wanted
if you was really about what you said you was about,
right.
you would have marketed
You alienated everybody that would do something with this message. Not everybody, but you alienated a lot of people that would do something with this message.
And let's talk about something a little bit even more sinister. If you genuinely wanted to bring awareness, why would you subjugate other children to make this?
Exactly.
These kids had to perform those acts.
It's not like a documentary where they already have to do what they're doing. You literally brought your kid. You picked the kids.
Of people that have already done it.
You casted them.
You asked them to do an audition of them inappropriately dancing as a child. Like, if there wasn't contracts and money involved, that would be so illegal. It's not even funny.
And on the
illegal even with the contract. That's child exploitation. You can't. Your word don't even count in a court of custody until you between the age of 13 and 18 or some shit like that. These kids are younger than both of those ages. That's child exploitation. That shouldn't count either way. That should be illegal even with contracts and money.
It's their nasty ass parents. That's what it is.
And there goes. Why did you let them? Did you not read the script? Were you not on set?
Did you not read the contract? Forget the script. Did you not read the contract?
I'm telling you, the casting call you have to look for children that look objectifiable. Now,
right, that means someone was looking at.
You can't ask me to look for children that look fuckable. You know what I'm saying?
That's disgusting.
There's nobody in the room during the casting that said,
this
doesn't feel okay. Something about this feels off. Nobody.
I've always said people that like I love children. People that like children are weird. Feel me? I love children. I don't like children. Children are assholes.
Right.
You feel me? People that like children are weird. That's why, like the Dan Harmon, maybe not Dan. I might be using the wrong name. Let me not say a name. The dude that did the iCarly and the Zoe.
No, Dan Schneider, bro. I was just about to say that. That's crazy.
It came out because when you dedicate, not if you dedicate yourself to children, because it's a way to do it. That's not creepy.
Yeah.
But if you dedicate yourself to children's aesthetics. There's something off about you. There's something off about you. You dedicated yourself to how children look. That's weird.
That's a fact.
And it's the same shit with this.
I was on my timeline about 2-3 days ago. I seen a female comment about that movie saying she watched the whole movie and it's not about the twerking part and the dancing part.
Sure, it isn't.
Right. So
yeah, it goes back to what Blake was saying as far as the things that females have to go through at a young age that men don't have to go through.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
that's outrage marketing. They're gonna they're gonna put all the controversial shit in the commercial because the first people that are gonna get upset about the commercial are women. Mothers. Then it's women. Then it's black people. Then it's anyone with a heart. And all of you, including us, what we're doing right now, they want this too. So I'm a little bit mad that I even put it on the docket, but I had to put it on the docket because people need to know what the hell is going on.
You know why this is marketing?
They're trying to weaponize your emotion. They're gonna piss you off in the hopes that, hey, if we get you mad enough, you'll watch this.
And you'll go tell people how upset
marketing because you have to mention the fact that it said that there's a message to this. So you might hook somebody. Well, let me go see the message. That's another viewer. I don't want to go see that shit because I don't care what message. I already get the message. I live the message.
Right.
Protect children. Protect black women. Protect
That's all you
children.
Like
I don't need
3-word hashtag.
I don't need to watch children twerk to receive a message. But you got people that's on these fences, these weird ass fences. They fishing for a demographic that's untapped, and that's like child predators or people that are close to that mold. And it's nasty because this ain't no message to this because the message would already be gotten. Like, who are you giving this message to? Don't sexualize children. If you need somebody to tell you that, then you already out of the fight that I'm in. So who's this message for? Ain't no message to this shit. They just wrapping it in a message so they can get ahead of the outrage, so they can circumvent the outrage, so they can be like, ha, that's not what it was, but you the one that made us think that. You gave us all these twerking children.
Yeah, you put what you wanted me to put in the commercial.
Let me put something in place real quick. There's a difference between, because we've seen things that are uncomfortable for us to even look at, but understood the message because the way it was delivered, the purpose. For example, Precious. Precious has some scenes in there that are like, whoa, really hard to digest.
I never watched Precious. I don't really watch movies, but I do understand like the narrative of it, and I know there's some shit in there that's a little rough. Or like that for Nick where the boy threw the children out the window. What movie that was?
And it was showing the ugly side of being really like being in the shy, being dirt broke, like not broke, dirt. And that these are things that happen. Kids get taken advantage of. We look at things like freaking what's the thing called? Criminal Minds and shit. Like we understand. SVU.
Yeah.
We know how to take sicko messages, right? But you don't ever see the kid actually being, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to actually put the child
being objectified or what it is. It's always alluded to. You're showing children twerk. You're making a little girl twerk. You're doing you're doing what you say in the messages is bringing light to.
It's supposed to fight
Yes.
against. You giving me
Yeah,
all
Thank
these
you're
community things.
making children touch other girls' butts. You see what I'm saying? And actually showing us like you're too much because that means you
Nah,
don't
we
care
like. I
about
mean, there's a
putting.
lot of people that's stupid, but everybody's not stupid. We know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because why do you, this is not for us.
It's
You're
not for
showing this to people
those
who want
scenes are not
to
for
see
us because we would have got it. We already get it. That's what I'm saying. We don't
It's
need
kind of
that.
an insult to our
I don't
intelligence.
need to see a child twerk to know that a child shouldn't be twerking.
Exactly.
Exactly.
At
You know,
all.
and you should
I never
linger on
needed
it.
to. Yeah, I never needed to see that to know it shouldn't happen.
And that's
Like
the thing,
Imperial said,
like
it should have been a documentary instead, to where
Exactly.
people who agreed to tell a story,
To tell a story that this
instead of it
already
just
happened
being
to.
something. Yeah, instead of
And
it
you could
being
have kept
something
out all the
scripted.
nasty
You-
details and
You
just
don't
kept
make
to what
somebody
was
go
important.
through the thing that you're trying, that you're against. You do a documentary, you find people that already went through it. Unfortunately, you tell their story so they can help get past it. You let them vent, you let them get their therapy out, and you tell their story so other people don't fall victim. You don't make people like if chicks is twerking and you don't like, if children is twerking and you don't like that, then you don't make a child twerk. Like what the fuck is you talking about?
and on top of that, these are real 10 and 11-year-olds. So
Like,
you're
these children.
you're subjugating real children now into something that never was in their life, and you're doing that to them now. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
even if your whole thing was to share the story, you have no problem putting X amount
And
of
the
females.
parents that brought their kids to the casting call, they said your child gotta wear a skimpy outfit and twerk. They foul too. Fuck 'em.
Yep.
I never
It's like the R. Kelly
I
thing.
always hold on, son. Let me get this out. Like pageants and shit. Like how recently you see all them black women won the pageant, right? Won all them pageants and people were celebrating that. They've never given us something. They've never given us something for nothing, right? Now with the sex trafficking, right? There's thousands of black women that are missing. Assumed sex trafficking.
Wayfair cabinets.
Hold on. But I've always felt
that's crazy.
I've always felt like the pageants was for people who would tap in to where you could find sex trafficking. So now, if you have an overabundance if you have a surplus of something, you're gonna try to get it out. So now you let all these black women win these pageants that only creepy ass white men is watching. Well, maybe not white, creepy ass men is watching, right? Because you have a surplus of black women that you've been stealing. So now you try to make black women look appealing. So you put them in the pageants and whatnot. They win in the pageants. So now these men that would tap into that market are watching and seeing like, oh, maybe I do like this. So now when they go to their local sex trafficker, like, shit, I got like 10 black women. Oh, well, yeah, I saw that on the pageant. They don't give us something for nothing. We didn't win that pageant for no reason. They didn't just start loving black women. Fuck out of here. Now, you got to understand your trauma. They didn't put us through all this trauma to just one day for no reason. 4 black women won all these pageants or whatever. Nah, man, they selling us. That's who the trafficking is for. All this shit is involved in the sex trafficking. What the fuck is a pageant for? Why are children in pageants? What is a beauty pageant for a child? Why is a 6-year-old being dolled up? What are you talking about?
That's why
You're judging the beauty of a 6-year-old.
A 6-year-old, bro, in
That means
makeup.
you're looking for something to find attractive in a
6-year-old.
In a child.
And if you ask the masses, they're gonna say it's to start their career in fashion and modeling. That's what
because a career in fashion modeling is always human trafficking.
That's what they're gonna say.
Models
Of course
get
they will.
out on the regular.
That's always the spin.
That's like it's basically saying you starting them out for a career in prostitution. And not to like objectify models. I mean, if you're beautiful, you want to be a model. But that's what happens in modeling.
Yeah, these third world countries, they make money off of kidnapping kids and making them do whatever the fuck they want them to do.
Exactly,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Nasty,
that's why
What make a person wake up on Saturday and like, yo, gotta check the beauty pageant with the kids.
Yeah. It's really
who's going to that?
Really
who's going to that, bro?
To scope those out for shit like that.
Who's going? Nobody on this live has either. Have you even seen an advertisement for a child's beauty pageant?
Never. Would
you gotta be in a certain circle for that? It's nasty.
Exactly.
I have a cousin.
We're coming to
a cousin. Hold on, Terry, get off.
We're coming to a closing soon, so we have 8 minutes. So I do want to wind this down.
I like ending on this topic too.
So I'm gonna wind this down a bit. Also, just putting in place like for pageants. Pageants a lot have nothing to do with you guys, like men per se. Pageants are, and this is just me being a female. Being a female, I'm gone to one, and even had been like I did modeling when I was like 13. Pageants and things like that tend to be one, it happens a lot more in like the South. Like that's a Georgia, Texas type thing. And a lot of the time the pageants have nothing, or not really for men, but they're for women to battle other women.
That's what they say, man. That shit ain't.
But I'm just telling you,
because
like,
it's not marketed as anti-men.
It's not. It's absolutely not. What all I'm saying that what is created for is for women to battle women.
No, that's what you're told. That's what you're told. You gotta indoctrinate the victims. You gotta indoctrinate the victim.
I have a cousin who used to do pageants.
Man. You gotta tell the victims that shit. Oh, it's not about, you know what I mean? But that's what it's for. It's a business. There's a selling point. It's
I have a cousin that did pageants on my mother's side of my family, and
I'm not saying every single one is sick. My bad to cut you off. I'm not saying every single one is sick, because of course you don't. But it's just the whole process, man. It's for something. It's for something, son.
We here, and even then, she didn't start doing them pageants until she was like 15. It wasn't it's still, and to address what Terry said before we get up out of here, it may not be for men per se, but them judging panels, if there's 5 people, it's 60% men.
And
if there's 5 people on that judge panel, it's 60% men. Maybe you're not making the pageant with the aim of skewing it towards male attention, but male attention is who's judging your pageant.
Exactly.
Predominantly.
Donald Trump say he used to go in the shits while they naked and stuff. Like, what are you doing?
No, like, I'm here with you guys. You know what I'm saying? I just have
because you own this medium, that don't mean that you can just walk in. But that's how they view the pageant. That's what it's for. So he had no problem doing that because that's who they are to him.
Remember, they're the one who are funding the Like, I hear what you said, Celie. I'm with you. There's a lot of men who actually fund the pageants, and then the women, like, that's a lot of rich men's wives play in pageants. But sometimes it's grooming.
That's what they find. It's advertising.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm here with you, but I also have to put it. There are people who do this, right? Who do pageants, and it's family fun for them. And I have to. I know how you feel, but there are people who are not thinking about all of that, and genuinely, it's family fun for them and their kid, and that's and they only dress up for that. And then as soon as they get home,
even if you're not thinking about it, you still predisposed.
Playing into it too.
You still predisposing these children to a mindset where they're okay for the person that is doing that.
Hey, I'm not here to go.
Yeah, it's a thin line.
So even ignorance to it, like I get what you're saying, but even ignorance to it plays into it, so it's still detrimental. It's just a nasty concept. And I know what you're saying, because it's a lot of people that's why I said, like, it's not 100% that everybody, but it's gotten to the point where it's okay for the ones that's not into it, because you still put this mindset to where you indoctrinate these. I don't want to get into religion, but you start going down that where you indoctrinate these people because you really believe in this, when there are people that will use that indoctrination for nefarious purposes.
I think that comes with anything doing with beauty, period. If a grown model, child model, teenage model, like,
I'm saying, even grown models, it's all sex trafficking, son. You can't, even grown models. I mean, children, like, it's nasty. Well, I can't even say it's nasty with children because you shouldn't be doing what grown, but it's more taboo with children, maybe. But it's like with anybody, like, it's just a nasty practice.
But we only have 3 minutes left, so let's start bowing out. And wrapping up and getting people prepared for what to expect for next episode as well, and when they could catch you at.
Okay, before we go anywhere, Fury just said some shit in the comments. They did not legalize pedophilia in California. That's what you're referring to, Fury. They did not do that. That was fact checked. I'm saying this as somebody who shared that article.
I never even looked it up. I didn't think that they did, because like the internet to get behind shit, you got to check shit.
Yeah.
There was too many people sharing that, like, without any context. So I was like, I know flashy headlining when I see it.
Oh, and shout the people who watched us on our podcast today. So thank you, Fury. Thank you, PS.
Willie was there for a while.
Yeah, Willie was there for a bit. Some nigga named Kyle popped up. Shout out to Kyle.
That's out to Kyle.
Thank you, MR.
Appreciate everybody.
Of course. Dutch, I'm so glad you could be here, brother. You gonna keep you cemented. You in the show. It's lit. I'm gonna get you information and all that, right? For the network and all that.
Thank you, GS. Appreciate you.
Thank you, everybody that's popping up. Thank you, TY just tuned in, late as he may be. Shout outs to all of y'all. We got 2 minutes left here. Thank you, Terry, for being part of the show today. Because I know you was busy. You had a lot of shit to do. So thank you for pulling up to help keep this ordered.
TY blocked me on one of my pages.
He might have. Because you be fucking wild. Speaking of wilding, stop doing shit to get yourself put in jail, sir. You need your page now.
That's a fact. Yeah, I'm going for 30 days. I don't know how long the other one, but I know, Brooklyn going for 30 days. I ain't even do nothing.
Stop giving me
you always ain't do nothing.
you trying to kill me over here.
All right. That's Imperial. That's Dutch. That's Sealy. I'm Blake. Nope. This is Words from a Fan. I leave y'all with Pyrex Jones, Bacon, Freestyle. We out.
Sure.
But it's not this. 100 round and it came with a drop kit. Chino plug and it came with a chopstick. 8th grade, I was stuck on the block shit. Talking guns and he ain't never shot shit. Had to track cause I ran out of options. Doing foul when I found where the op live. Walk him down, nigga, I get his mom hit. Puss. Yeah, walk him down, ain't shit he could do to me. Gucci down, spend a pound in that Louis V. 100 round, what the fuck did he do to me? Pussy boy, I took all of his jewelry. Drop a op, give a fuck about unity. Back in school, you was running from truancy. Pack a tool in the trap with the gooneries. Break it down for the town and community. Don't got time for them clowns and buffoonery. Keep a strap on me, shit ain't that new to me. Hey, walk down on him, make sure it's fatality. Fuck on that bitch, now the goofy boy mad at me. Get to the chicken and protein and calories. Nigga, I'm whipping this dope for my salary. Gucci division. Hey, 2013, I was true to religion. Getting to it in the street, getting to it in the prison. Got a couple little niggas and they shooting with precision. I got the cheat codes on the dash from the Rico. I strap for my people, acting illegal. Shit actually lethal. In the trap with the Deagle, lit off the iPad. Don't send me the Addy, I bet he won't drop that. But sure you not that. You just a loser, your bitch on my jog strap. You niggas did not trap. Your break is over, little nigga, go clock back. Pussy boy, stop that. Yeah. Your bitch wanna fuck cause I'm loopy. I don't really fuck with the goofies. And you some little crackhead niggas. The type to be puffin' on Lucy's. All in the strip looking stupid. Y'all ain't out getting y'all chicken up. I'm in the kitchen, I'm whipping up. 100 round clipping and sticking up. Pull up on your trap and I stick it up. Y'all pussy boys ain't on no shit with us. Pull up on your mans and I lift them up. Right in front of his kids, I don't give a fuck. I want what I want and I live it up. I fuck on your bitch and I pick her up. Had your bitch in the air, nigga, give her up. Bandana like Pac when I hit him up. Too dope, too dope. You blow, you blow. Fast act, sumo. Strap, you know where your bitch at. I think I'm about to flip that. Sumo, hit that. I'm round with a big strap. Two-tone, loopy shit. I ain't got time for the goofy shit. Smoking on a nigga dead, homie. I don't even give a fuck who he is. You a bitch, nigga. Diamonds false. Stupid, that's how true it is. And I'm booming shit. That's ruthless shit. I'm a lunatic. I'm a shooter, bitch.